Hey everybody, it's Michelle Sizemore here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am going to walk through how to make 3 different borders using these laser cut beach chair borders from Creative Memories from the Relax into Summer collection, and these stickers and some papers from that collection. And they're quick and easy, so I'm going to work through these really fast. Okay, we're going to start with this one. It's going to look like this. I used this yellow paper. I'm missing my blue, but I can find some really quick. Yeah. And this blue paper. These red beach chairs, these are two-sided, blue on one side and red on the other. And this strip of sunglasses stickers, those were the items that I used. And then I used the 12-inch trimmer with the wave blade. So let's do this really quick. I'm not going to measure exactly, I'm just going to try to get close. The wave blade is here. Going to open this and take the straight blade out, put the wave blade in. It doesn't matter which direction, but the curvy side goes down, and close the housing unit. Going to lift this up, and what I want to do is cut this blue. Let me find a pencil. And I'm just going to draw a pencil line, and then I'll tell you what number of inches I'm cutting at when I get it on the trimmer. So I want to cut on this pencil line. You can start from the bottom or the top, but your blade is going to come down on this left-hand side dotted line. So we're going to start from the bottom just because that works best the way I did my pencil line. Make sure it's straight all the way across, and close and cut. I hope this is long enough. It is, yes. Okay, so that was easy, and you have this little slight wave at the top. I really like it. Okay, now we're going to cut a strip of this with the straight blade. And I'm going to measure about how much I think I need. I don't want it to come out past this blue, but I want the blue to be able to adhere to this with tape. So I'm going to draw my pencil line right there. And that's going to line up with this left-hand side dotted line. So that's going to make that be about, let's just cut it 2.5 inches. So I'm going to measure it at the 2.5 inch mark, follow that grid line all the way down. It's going to be a little bit bigger than my pencil, but it's okay. Oh, and I meant to switch my blade out, but it's okay because this is going to be underneath the blue. So it's all right that I didn't use the straight blade. No big deal. Okay, so I did my cuts. Get that out of the way. I am going to now mount my beach chairs. I basically want about this much to show at the top. So I'm going to mount those about right there with repositionable tape runner. Put some repositionable tape runner on the back. Just a few dabs all the way down. You don't need a lot. Now, this white is just for background. It's not really part of the border. Okay, so we're just going to mount this umbrellas up at about the same spot so that some of that yellow shows at the top, like sunshine. Then we're going to take this and mount it here Now I'm going to cut a little bit more off of this yellow. I did cut it too long. Just going to cut about that much off. I think it'll be fine now. And we're going to put some repositionable tape runner on the top of this blue where the wavy edge is on the back of it. And we're going to mount this so it's just at the base of those beach chairs. So it kind of looks like the chairs are sitting really close to the water. Okay. And then just add sunglasses. I love these sunglasses stickers. They're so fun. All the colors. Okay, so that's border number 1. Okay. Get another look at that. And now let's do border number 2. Really, I'm not going to redo this top part because it's the same. I just added these stickers. So instead of the sunglasses. So let's just redo the blue. And this already has a wavy edge to it. So I'm just going to cut the bottom with the straight edge. And that's going to be about 1 inch. It's right there at the 1 inch mark. So let's close that. It has the straight blade in it. And that's good. So I'm just going to mount this just like I did before. Make sure it's like at the very base of those chairs. Again, so it's like the chairs are sitting near the water. And then we're just going to add these stickers. And I don't think I grabbed a sunshine. So let me get a new pack. I'll show you these stickers since these are new. They haven't been messed with yet, but what they look like. So you have these great borders and all these iconic stickers. They're so fun. I love all the colors. They're just cheerful. Okay, so I need this sunshine right here. I'm going to add that about right there. And then there's a pink flower and a red flower and this little sticker that says another cocktail. So we're going to put that right there and put the pink flower and, the red flower and the pink flower here. And then there's a blue flower there. And then I've got that border. Easy. Okay, and we're going to do one more. This one. Get all this out of the way. We're going to do this one. Slightly different. Now, this is everything I used to make this one. Now this is paper. So it is like this. And then I put some blue paper on top of it. And then I used the blue beach chairs, which are right here. And then I used the sun sticker, these pink and red flowers, and a little sticker that says fun in the sun right here. Okay, and then I used yellow and red. So let's get that out of the way. Let me get these handy so I can show them all to you when we're finished. Okay, let's start by cutting this. And basically, I thought this paper was cute. And I really just have one little row of the tops of these waves. So I really just want to get this single line cut off so that it just looks like waves at the top. Now here's a situation where I want to use my little guide. There's this little clear guide that has a straight line, and it's going to, if you go all the way down, it's going to show you exactly where it's going to cut. And I can tell it's going to cut a little too close to those waves. So I have a little bit of room, just a little, to where I can cut that line off, but not cut the waves off. I think that's going to do it. We'll see. Yeah, it did. It was great. So that little guide is great when you want to make sure you don't cut something off. And then I'm just going to cut like a couple of rows of waves because I need this bottom part for the darker blue to adhere to. Okay, now I did cut this darker part with the wave blade at the top. So I'm going to grab that wave blade, switch this out, and cut it's just a small amount to right here. So let's see where that matches up on my, wow, it's so faint I can't even see it. Let's see. There we go. So I'm going to match that pencil line up with that left-hand side dotted line. And that means I'm going to cut, that's about 1/2 inch. Yeah. And make sure it's straight. No. Yeah. It's between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. Okay, so what we're going to do is cover this up. Now, I do need to cut some more off that bottom. Should have thought of that. So we're going to cut some more off this bottom, but yet still have plenty for my tape runner to adhere to. So I'm going to put some tape runner carefully on this bottom part, but not get that top row of waves. Okay, and then just cover that up with this blue, and where it just sort of matches the bottom of the waves, so it just looks like the waves are an extension of this blue water. I love that. Okay, and then I'm going to cut a strip of this yellow. Let's see about how far I need to cut that. About to right there. And if that pencil line matches my left-hand side dotted line, that means I'm just going to move it over and cut it about 2 inches. And again, I forgot to switch my blade, but it doesn't matter because this is going to be underneath. Okay, so it's going to be like this, and then these beach chairs are going to be right here. So let's put the beach chairs down. I want the blue to show, not the red. And I'm going to just let about that much show at the top for the yellow, and then put some tape runner on the back of this, and make sure these waves are coming like to around the bottom of these beach chairs, just like the beach chairs are sitting there near the water. Okay, and I'm almost done. And then I'm going to cut 2 strips of this red paper. I think I used the pinking blade. But I don't have it, so let's use the wave blade. It's similar, and it's in here, so we're just going to use the wave blade. there is a pinking blade, and I actually think it's the wave blade actually. So I'm going to cut these about 3/4 of an inch with the wave blade. Yeah, that is what I used. Okay. And then another strip that's about 3/4 of an inch. Okay. We're almost done. So I'm going to put some repositionable tape runner down one vertical edge, and then I just want to mount that on top of this red, so that little red border peeks past that yellow, and then do the same on the bottom. Let's do it this way. Let the same amount show on the bottom as the top, approximately. Okay, there we go. So we've got the bulk of the border made, and now we just need to add stickers. So we're going to add this sunshine, these pretty pink flowers. These make me think of Hawaii, and I really want to go to Hawaii. I really do. I'd love to go at Christmas with my family, so that's something I want to save up for. And then I'm going to put that there. And then my border is finished. So that was 3 borders, super fast. And they were all similar, so I decided to just do them together. And I'll